Hi Sagittarius, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity in your personal lives, be it your career or your love lives, you may write to me for a personal consultation at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Sagittarians, May is a month of retrogrades. We're beginning the month with Mercury that is going retrograde till about 23rd of May. We already have Mars that has been retrograde since last month and it carries on being so till about June. This year, that's in 2016, we have Mercury that is retrograding 4 times. This is the second retrograde that's happening. The first retrograde was there in January, and this particular retrograde is focusing on the past memories, and it's a time wherein a lot of us are going to be feeling quite nostalgic, whether it is our childhood, a time spent with our extended families. It can be a time where we could be revisiting a lot of old stuff that happened. Now Mercury, ideally when it goes retrograde in a particular part of your chart, it's trying to call our attention onto things that we have been ignoring. And because it's a quick moving personal planet, when he reverses, he triggers in all of us a need to reflect and to reorganize. In fact, anything to which a prefix of re can be added works beautifully well for Mercury. So whether it's rethinking, realigning, reorganizing, these are all the keywords during a Mercury retrograde. We all know the Mercury drill by now, Sagittarians. Not a brilliant time to be buying electronics, not a great time to be buying big ticket items, not a time to be signing contracts, getting into new jobs, also not a great time to be starting new relationships. However, for those of you who have to buy stuff, especially as far as electronics are concerned, and there is no other way around it, ensure that you have your warranty cards in place, because in all likelihood you will be going in for an exchange during this period. How, of course, Mercury really affects you also depends on the actions that you are really taking, or how much attention you're really paying to that part of your chart. So it can almost be, Mercury can comically start acting up. You'll start losing your car keys, your car's not starting, you'll find you're losing numbers on your phone, the emails are going all over the place, and also, try and be extremely careful of the jokes that get shared on your SMSs or on your WhatsApp. All likelihood that they may just land up in the wrong person's mailbox. Mercury this entire month is going to be tapping you on your shoulder and coughing, so that you can have a look at this particular part of your chart that is speaking about your day-to-day activities, chores, and your health as well, Sagittarians. Now, it's a time to be reorganizing your workspace. It's a time to be re-looking at your health. And for those of you who have been worried about whether it's a previous ailment that has cropped up again, or whether it is a diet that you have been on and it doesn't seem to be doing much for you, it's a time to be re-looking at all these areas of your life, and it's a time to be maybe doing something little different as well for you. Reconnect with your colleagues, or reflect upon your relationship with them. If things haven't been that great at workplace, try and see as to what is it that you can sort of redo, because during this entire month everybody is going to be, things are just going to slow down as far as all these aspects are concerned. And so communication, while it can be quite challenging, that people in all likelihood will misunderstand you, but then the pace is such, because it's being done at an extremely slow pace, you will have time to make yourself understood. So use this time to I think look at the root cause as to why it is that is happening at your workplace, or why it is that you constantly keep having these health issues. It may not be something really major. It can be something that's maybe an allergy that's constantly recurring. It could be like doing a personal inventory, that you just go through how do you feel, how much of energy do you have, are you constantly tired, is there something that has got undetected, or there's something that you can't really define in your body that seems to be happening. And so it's a time where you really need to be doing some research as far as your health is concerned, and you really need to be I think getting diagnosed exactly as to what is it that is happening. So I think whether it is that you go and do a research on the kind of food that you're consuming, or even at workplace, if you see that why is it suddenly that your environment is not just, I think getting toxic may be too strong a word, but just general irritations with colleagues. You're not, either you don't want to hang around with them, or even working together harmoniously is being a challenge. Maybe you need to be looking at that as to why is it and where it is that it is stemming from, and redo that aspect of it. Now Jupiter is going direct in your house of career and reputation, and some amount of public status as well, and this is happening on the 9th of May. So another thing with Jupiter is, while he's this great benefactor and anything and everything that he touches, it really expands, and he's the giver. It's called the god of sky. But the other thing also is that there is no balance with Jupiter. When he gives, it's just it pours out. So you need to be striking a balance with this particular aspect, and because it's there in your house of career and reputation as well, you need to be little bit in control of things, and not sort of just, so if there are accolades coming and if people are saying, oh, what a fantastic job that you've done, don't let it go to your head, or sort of don't end up giving a speech which goes viral on a YouTube and not in the good sense. So be a little careful over here and use caution. Also, this is a time where you will find that at work your boss is putting more faith in you. Maybe you're getting additional responsibility. You're being shown as an example that, oh, look at her or look at him, that what a fantastic job that they've done or what they've accomplished. It can be that along with all the accolades that you get, there can be some amount of a negative feedback as that you will get. So try and sort of take that in your stride, Sagittarians. It's also not a time to be gossiping, especially where your work is concerned, and try not to tear your competitors down. Even if you are in a fairly secure, powerful place, don't do this. It could just backlash, and fairly swiftly, for you during this phase. So try and stay, even if you're riding high, and even if you're extremely secure about your position in your organization, try and sort of avoid pointing fingers around this time. Jupiter direct also, when it comes along with all the gifts that it brings to you, all the recognition and everything, it's like this huge ocean wave. When it comes, it also brings about a lot of trash with it. So you need to know what to keep and what to sift. So it's also a kind of a purging, where you are taking all the gifts and everything, and then you're letting go of the stuff that is no longer required for you. And because it has to do with your work and it has to do with your public reputation, you need to be watching as to how it is that people are perceiving you, and what is it that you're really saying at a public platform. So while you will love all the attention, and yes, there is a lot of acknowledgement on your accomplishments as well, ensure that you don't really rub anyone's face into something that one wouldn't do otherwise. So stay away from all of this. For some of you, serious relationships may end into a marriage. It's a time where you are absolutely wanting to commit, and you want to be in a committed relationship. So I think that's a great thing that will happen. We have an intense full moon that is there in your own house, and that's happening on the 21st of May, and this is an extremely powerful aspect, because when we have a lot of planets which, when they come in the aspect in our own houses, that's a house of self, and what we want, what we desire, how it is that we want the world to view us, it does bring about some amount of transformation, introspection, reflection. But when there is a full moon transit or a lunar eclipse that happens in our own house of self, it can be a time where you are literally coming to terms with something about yourself, and it may not be an easy decision, or it may not have been an easy decision for you to be reaching that conclusion. It can be that you have had this realization in a very painful way. It can be that there has been a painful or maybe a slightly challenging experience that has been there, which has made you see certain aspects about yourself, or make you realize something about yourself which you don't really like, or you don't want to, or you didn't want to accept it earlier, but now it's like more of, there's no really running away from it. And Sagittarians, the good thing is that whenever full moon comes in this, whenever the full moon transit happens, it normally speaks about closure. It's speaking about a time where it's done. There's nothing more now to worry about. You've closed the chapter over here. So if some of you are still smarting over something that happened or that caused it for you to be looking at yourself in a certain way, I think you should look at it more as a learning. You should look at it more as a time where you're getting evolved, or you're understanding life differently, or there's another perspective to things that you may not subscribe to, and that's really not such a bad thing. You do have this again aspect wherein that it's almost fanatically where you're really believing into your own belief system, and I feel like this and I subscribe to it, and there has been really no room for others, whether it's perspective or it is even I would say worldview to a certain extent. I think that has immediately got rejected by you. So this is a time also of a self-transformation kind of a thing, and I think this has happened for you, and for some of you you would still be in the process, hopefully, of acknowledging and accepting and saying, I know I need to be changing this about myself. I know that I need to be leaving that space. I may subscribe to something fanatically, but you know what? Maybe 10 other people have another perspective as well, and that's all right. And they do have a right to voice it. So you can't just be in that thing of space of feeling very vulnerable or feeling very attacked, or that why is it that I'm being questioned about my own beliefs or my own perspective. We have Venus that is there in your house of partnership, both personal as well as professional, and Mars that is there again in your house of self, and these two lovers are there in opposition, and they're doing a big dance that is there around the 24th of May. And with Venus is just going to be coming, and she is softening in this entire energy around your partnership, and it's about marriage, and you're wanting to be in a very committed relationship. You want to get married around this time, and it's interesting because with the full moon being there in your house of self, I think there's been a lot of clarity about what you want, with whom it is that you want to spend your life, where it is that you see yourself going, your dreams, your desires, and along with I think the psychological makeup, or the inner change that could be happening, or when these thoughts are going. There could be a complete physical overhaul as well that some of you will actually just go and start looking very differently, or there's a complete wardrobe overhaul, or even a drastic new haircut. So it's literally that you're changing your persona over there. And now with Venus coming over here, it's almost that you're ready for the next step, and you want to be committed, you want to get married, and there's a strong desire. And I think somewhere also I think the purging for you has happened, because you're now ready to commit. You are very consciously wanting to be in a place where you're not afraid about commitment anymore. And also I think for those of you who have looked at relationships or pursued relationships which didn't really have an end, or attracted them, and this is a time where you're consciously going to be looking at stable partners. You're going to be looking at people who are similar to what it is that you want in life at this point of time. So people who are again looking at serious relationships, people who want to get committed, who want to be married, and there's going to be lesser of sort of the chase bit of it. So the chase no longer is going to be interesting for you. And the interesting aspect about this is that Sagittarians, you are the eternal gypsy. You hate to be tied down. You do not want to be committed. So for you, this is like a big deal with this full moon and this Venus and the Mars dance that's happening. I think there's this entire realization. So you have said all along, I don't want it, it's not me, which intrinsically is you. Sagittarian, I think a lot of Sagittarians are part gypsies at soul. They never ever want to be tied down. I think it's just that fear of commitment that is there. But this is a phase where you are going to be, there's almost this need to be with a partner, to be with someone with whom you are more than happy to sort of commit to. And also I think with Venus being over there, you are going to be very conscious about how your partner looks, and you're going to be very how it is that the world is, or even this, your maybe not just the world, but your social group is going to be viewing this relationship. So there's going to be a lot of what is it that the people are going to be thinking is something that's going to be there in your mind as well. Now Mars being there in your own house is going to be making you slightly more assertive, and that's fine as long as you're not being aggressive. And so make sure that you're doing plenty, you're getting plenty of exercise, and you don't sort of get too harsh in your speech, or even there's no rush driving that's happening, because you're just going to be feeling extremely argumentative or impulsive, or even I think competitive to a certain extent. So try and sort of balance this energy by, if you can go out and run for about an hour in the morning, or do some form of exercise every day. Ensure that you're channeling it all. Sagittarians, I think the key thing for you this month is with that focus on your work place and on your health, and seeing that the retrograde is there entire month. I think you really need to be stepping back, and you really need to be looking at how it is that you have been either reorganizing, or you have been taking decisions so far, or whether they have been correct decisions or not. You really need to be evaluating a lot of stuff over here. And of course by I think mid-month, with the full moon being over there seems to be a lot of acceptance that is there about a certain personal relationship. And I think along with not just the acceptance, there is a lot of desire to finally commit. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Sagittarians. A quick reminder for those of you who are seeking personal advice for your personal charts, be it your careers or your love life. For a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.